hunting. It was fun playing with freight cars. He would come up quietly and give them a push. Then he would stop, and the silly freight cars would go bump into each other. "Oh!" they cried. "Whatever is happening?" "I'm going to poop at Henry," said Gordon. He was almost there when, whoosh! And there was proud Gordon going slower and slower in a cloud of steam. His driver stopped the train. "What has happened to me?" asked Gordon. "I feel so weak." Sir Topham Hatt leaned out of the window to wave at Edward and Henry. But the train was going so fast that his hat blew off into a field where a goat ate it for tea. Thomas shut his eyes. "I must stop." When he opened his eyes, he saw he had stopped just in front of the buffers. One day, Thomas was in the yard. Suddenly, he heard an engine whistling. "Help! Help!" A freight train came rushing through much too fast. The engine was James, and he was frightened. His brake blocks were on fire. "They're pushing me! They're pushing me!" he panted. On!" laughed the freight cars, still whistling, "Help! Help!" Poor James disappeared. James's driver and firemen were feeling him all over to see if he was hurt. "Never mind, James," they said. "I'm really a splendid engine," he thought, and suddenly let off steam. Whoosh! A shower of water fell on Sir Topham's nice new top hat. He was very rough with the grumbling coaches as he brought them to the platform. "Don't talk. Come on." "Will the top never come?" Then, with a sudden jerk, it all came easier. "I've done it! I've done it! Hooray! It's easy now!" But his driver shut off steam. "They've done it again! We've left our tail behind! Look!" The last cars were running backwards down the hill. The coupling had snapped. But there was trouble ahead. "Cinders and ashes," said Thomas. He was too tired now to care where he went. "I want to stop! I want to stop!" "I have stopped," he puffed thankfully. Then he saw some boys on a bridge. "Beep, beep, hello," he whistled. "Oh," he called. The boys didn't wave and take his number. They thought it fun to drop stones on him instead. "They've broken our glass! They've broken our glass!" cried the coaches. "Come back!" yelled his driver. "Fire and smoke," said Thomas. "You remember when she was ill in bed and—" "Yes, of course," interrupted Edward. "You told us how she waved her red dressing gown out of her window to warn you about a landslide ahead."